Greetings, everybody. I have pulled back my curtains and I'm just taking a glimpse outside, and it's such a bleaky day. And to be honest with you, it's a bleaky day for a lot of people. And I'm thinking about people in Jamaica right now, some of my countrymen and women. And I'm addressing individuals who live overseas or people in Jamaica who are fortunate to be in a better situation at this time, financially, that is. I'm hearing some arguments and I'm thinking how soon we forget, especially people who live overseas. It, quite frankly, is very annoying. And I'm saying, do you forget? Have you forgotten? And then there are people who do have the habit of, saying things and pretending that they don't know better. You have some Jamaicans who probably grew up in the countryside. The whole life they lived in the country. And when they go to Jamaica, you know, um, certain foods that they used to eat, they act like they don't know it. When you ask them, I remember for years I would be asking folks here, people who grew up in the countryside, about this yam. And they would say, "Oh, I don't know that." I'm like, how is it possible? Or other foods that we used to eat in our childhood, they don't know it. And I'm not talking about people who live in the city that might not know it. I'm talking about country people. So we do have this habit. Some of us are very show off. And this is why, to be honest with you, I love people, but I've always kept a social distance. And I guess part of this is frustrating in the fact that your freedom to come and go as you please might affect you in some way. But for somebody who has always exercised social distance, it's really not that difficult as far as engaging with other people is concerned. I always stay in my little corner and I always observe. And I'm doing a lot of observation these days. And to be honest with you, I am listening a lot. And what I'm hearing from people is nauseating. For example, you have individuals judging people in the ghetto in Jamaica, saying how these idiots, are not keeping enough social distance. And first and foremost, when you live in certain parts of the ghetto, what kind of social distance can people practice? Because some of these individuals live in one room and 10, 12 people live in one room. I've seen households where you have four children or young people in the household. The mother is there and the father is there, and they have children, and four of these children give birth to children. And so each person might have two-person, and they live in two rooms. So, there's going to be a problem where poor people are concerned in trying to keep this social distance in this two-bedroom. And if they're lucky, because sometimes they're in one bedroom. But that's not the issue so much here in this video that I'm talking about, this situation. In this video, I'm highlighting people who live overseas who, thank goodness have had opportunities that many of these ghetto people never had. So when you hear people in the overseas countries, or even there in Jamaica too, who find themselves in a better such situation financially, telling, "Oh, you've been warned. You got 24 hours to, lock down and get off the street and to get secure your items." Are you kidding me? There are some people who go for days without eating. Literally. They're lucky if they had a fruit for the day. There are people who live home where it's just one meal for the day. You either have breakfast or you have dinner. Once you have one or the other, that's it for the day. To this day, it's still the same. There are individuals who go out every day to hustle, and that's how they get their food. There are folks who have a household of 5, 6 children, and they're buying a can of sardine and a pound of rice, or they might buy a pound of cornmeal and a half pound of sugar so that they can make tea one day morning, or they can make porridge or whatever. So the whole idea that people need to secure, where are you coming from? I just don't like people who like to pretend that there's something that they're not. Because a lot of us that live in foreign countries, we don't have it like that most time. And that's why I'm not telling people, oh, go send money and go do this and that, because you might not have it for yourself. But I'm just saying, if you find yourself in a better position, stop with the judgment. Stop with the judgment. Talking about people should have gone out and secure items and, stock up on what? The only thing some poor people have to stock up on is gas in their belly. That's what that's what they can secure and pile up, because they don't have it like that. So at this time, I really think that, without people asking, if you're in a position and some people who are really having a hard time, and you're in the position where you can help. And if you cannot help or you won't help, just be quiet. You understand me? Be quiet, because some of you know the thing. Some of you hate Jamaica because you had a hard life there. And so when you think about Jamaica, you have trauma. A lot of people are really going to suffer at this time. And unfortunately, it's always the poor person. When this is over and done, the thing, I bet you the rich will be richer, and the poor people are going to be, even in a worse off situation, a worse position. The the shakers and the movers of the earth will always benefit. That's not to say that, other things don't happen in the realm that will take care of these individuals, but I'm just saying, those who have money to stock up or stockpile on food or stockpile on medicine and all the essential that is needed for us to, weather the storm. So many unfortunate people are not able to. And some of us, even some of the ones who seem desperate and are reaching out and are getting help, some of these individuals are not desperate. If you see the real desperation in the people, are the ones who are living in some remote parts of Jamaica, some areas where, backbush, if you want to call it that, and have access to no electricity, no running water, no telephone. There are all these individuals, and unfortunately, some of these people have small children. They're the ones who are going to feel it. This is a time when people really have to look out for folks, not the ones who can come to you and say, give me this, or can I have this, or beg you. The ones who you don't even see. You're going to have to go out there and look for them and make sure that they're okay. The elderly, the disabled, individuals who really try hard, and, just no matter what they do, they're not making it. Let's stop with the judgment. Encourage the people. And, you in your privileged position want to tell somebody else, oh, look at me. I'm not moving from where I'm at. I'm being obedient to this, whatever. It's right now, a lot of people are looking at it as survival of the fittest. People are out there running, trying to see if they can grab something here and there just for survival. This thing is going to unearth some things in people and some feelings in people that, is going to create a second wave. So all that we're looking at and all that we're talking about now, it's on the mind of everybody. But the truth is, a second wave is coming, and it's going to be one of survival. People trying to survive. Stop making remarks about people. Start assuming that everybody's in your position, that everybody is able to go and stack up on stuff. Stack up on what? That's the problem. That's the unfortunate thing that is going to, play out. That we often forget those individuals in society who always really bear the brunt of whatever changes are coming. Not everybody can stockpile on food. Even in foreign countries, there are some people, they can barely buy food. They can barely afford the necessities of life, let alone individuals in some remote parts of Jamaica. Be kind, be patient, be considerate. And if you're in a position to help anybody and you choose to help, do so. Stay blessed, everybody.